Should I say it here? Here's another May TBR failure. I haven't really stuck to a TBR since like March. Russ and Aurora. Aurora's Sleeping Beauty. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Go for this one? I'm scared. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to my June TBR video. I have no idea how this TBR video is going to go because one, I have no clue what I want to read right now because I'm very much in a mood reading mood. Since getting my Kindle, all I've wanted to do is read from there, which is understandable and has massively helped me come out of my slump. But two, I'm currently rereading a book which I'm absolutely loving, so I don't know if I'm in like a rereading mood. I don't really know what this TBR is going to have in store for me. So we're going to take it chill, we're going to take it easy. If I pull a prompt, I may pick a few books that may go with it. I may just be like, I'm going to pick this book now, but as long as I fulfill the prompt, I can switch that book out. Because not only am I like, I don't know what to read, I'm also already planned my July TBR because, should I say it here? Because you're just going to see the announcement video in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Magical Hopathon is happening in July. And as I'm filming this, hence why I'm wearing this jumper, today is 100 days until I fly out to Disney World. Let that sink in for a second. I've had this trip booked for over a year. I have counted down about 400 days already, and the fact that we only have 100 left, I am buzzing. So I have already planned my Magic Hopathon TBR for July, so that rules out a hell of a lot of books. So I'm really in like a limbo of like, I don't want to pick the books that I've already picked out for that readathon. I don't know what I want to read. I want to read predominantly on my Kindle, so I really don't know how this TBR is going to go. It's also my birthday month. It's also the month that Ashley Poston's brand new book comes out, a novel love story, so I definitely need to make sure I reread The Romantics as well as 7 Year Slip this month. So I already kind of have some reading plans. Oh, my other reading plan, I need to make sure I get Page Toon's newest release onto this TBR somehow because I am seeing Lindsay Kelk, Giovanna Fletcher and Page Toon in a book tour for Lindsay Kelk's brand new book that comes out in July. So I need to get Page Toon's book read this month in preparation for going to that event at the very beginning of July. So like, there's a lot going on. I think that's all the housekeeping things. So without further ado, let's get into our first prompt. I have no idea what it's going to be. I have no idea what I want to read. Oh, maybe I should go get my Kindle because it's in my bedroom. Because I'm most likely going to be picking a lot of books off my Kindle, not going to lie. So I've already brought some books on my Kindle. I've already downloaded loads of books from Kindle Unlimited. So let's go right to the bottom and go for the first prompt. Once again, I'll be pulling 5 to allow myself to mood read as well as try and stick to a TBR because I haven't really stuck to a TBR since like March, because in April I did prompt to prompt, which was pulling books as I go, which is kind of form of a mood read. And then in May I completely scrapped my TBR that I did and mood read. So we'll see how I go. The first prompt is one word title. Okay. I would say there's a lot of options, but I don't think there is actually that many options. You know what? I think it might actually have to be a Kindle book because The Romantics doesn't fit. 7 Year Slip doesn't fit. Page Toon's brand new book, 7 Summers, doesn't fit. So unless I tackle these two, which if you've been following my channel, you know I'm not going to do, it's going to have to be a Kindle book. Let me go get my Kindle and we'll discuss. Okay, I've got my Kindle. Let's have a look and see what's on my library. Flawless by Elsie Silver. Silver is an option. But I don't think Falling by TJ Newman is an option. Because I brought that on my Kindle. And that's it. But as I was walking back into this room after picking up my Kindle, I did spot a book that was meant to be on my May TBR that I've never got around to, which would be perfect for June if the weather would pick up. Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This was on my May TBR for an audiobook pick. Obviously, I never got around to it. So I think I'm going to put it back on my TBR for one word title for June because there's no better time to read a romance book that's based at a summer camp than in June. and I loved Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, so this seems like the perfect option. This book is in the same universe as Icebreaker, just following two other characters that you did meet in Icebreaker, I believe. It follows Russ and Aurora. Aurora's Sleeping Beauty. Okay, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. It only takes one spark. When Russ and Aurora cross paths at a university party, a drinking game ends with them spending the night together. But Aurora slips away before Russ learns her full name. Ooh, very like mysterious. When they both turn up to their first day of work as camp counsellors, a job they have both chosen to escape Maple Hills for the summer, given their history, there's still an obvious tension between the two of them, but camp have a strict no staff fraternising rule. Russ doesn't want to risk heading home early, but Aurora has never been one for rules. Yeah, okay. I am going to put this book on my TBR as the first book for a book with a one-word title. Exciting, okay. Not bad. I was really worried about not being excited to film this video because I really didn't know what I wanted my TBR to be. I'm hoping that the next few pulls can be some books I really want to get on there. So let's go for this one. I think I just had a peek at what it is, and I think I can get page 2's book in it. I think it says 2024 release. Let's see. No! It says 2024 TBR. Okay, so not strictly my 2024 TBR. Because to be fair, I am getting on really well with my 2024 TBR. So I started the year with about 14 books on my TBR. Yeah, 14 books on my 2024 TBR. I only have 6 books left, which I think for about halfway through the year isn't too bad. I'm about 50% of the way through, but none of them are really calling my name right now because I'm still trying to get out of this reading slump and I'm very much in a reading mood. I'm going to take 2024 TBR loosely because in 2024 I did do a spring TBR, which to me does count as a 2024 TBR because it's spring of 2024. And on there I said I wanted to reread a few books. So I'm going to put The Dead Romantics or 7 Year Slip. I'm going to put Dead Romantics on there just because it's the first one and it's the one that I read first, so less recently. So I'm going to get The Dead Romantics, where is it? And put this on my TBR. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This will be a reread for me. This will be a moment in time where I just delve back into one of my favourite books, tab it up, write in it and make it part of my forever collection because I actually listened to the audiobook for this the first time round. I never did actually read a physical copy of it. So this will be the first physical read for me and I'm really excited to delve into it. I'm so excited. If you didn't know, Ashley Potter has become one of my new favourite authors and this is her debut, not debut release, but her debut adult romance, I guess, because before that she'd only kind of done YA. This is a book about Florence Day, who is a ghostwriter for one of the most famous romance novelists in this universe. And when she tries to get an extension on one of her deadlines, her grumpy new editor declines her request. Next thing she knows, her editor ends up at her family's funeral home, but as a ghost, and a romance ensues from there. And I'm really excited to get into this reread because I've been dying to reread it for ages. It was actually one of the Instagram chooses my books for a week choice that you guys didn't end up picking. So I'm really excited to get this one on my TBR. That's 2 out of 5. Prompt number 3 is going to be, so far this TBR shaped out all right, so I'm hoping I keep picking good prompts. Go for this one. I'm scared. I'm really, really scared. Highest rated. Okay, let's take a trip down Goodreads. We're just gonna go highest rated on my physical TBR. My physical TBR is all up to date on Goodreads, so we'll just use Goodreads to assist us with this. I have 46 books on my physical TBR, the biggest it's been since I want to say this time last year. So average rating, in reverse. It's not going to be sequels or anything, it's going to be a standalone. So close. 7 Summers was so close to being the pick. It's number 3. I'm not going to read The Mask Falling. I still haven't read that book. I'm going to wait until Samantha Shannon releases all 7 books in that series and then I'm going to reread 1, 2 and 3 for the final time, The Bone Season, The Mind Order and The Song Rising, and then just read the rest for the first time, for the last time, and just call it quits on that series because I can't keep reading every single book every time she releases a new book every like 4 years. It's just getting ridiculous at this point. I would have probably read the Bone season 8 times by the time the last book comes out, so I can't do it. But the next one is another May TBR failure, and that is Before You Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. So this is going on my TBR. To be fair, like I'm not upset. I'm not upset by this one. I do want to get to it. It's a gift from Claire, so I do want to get around to it sooner rather than later. This is a more kind of like deeper, more emotional, more mature romance compared to like Wildfire and The Dead Romantics. This follows 2 characters who have recently got divorced and they're trying to navigate owning a business and having a child together whilst getting through this divorce. And then I think they have one stolen kiss and it leads to something else, and then they kind of start questioning whether a divorce is right for them. And I've heard incredible things about it, and clearly that shows because it's got a 4.37 on Goodreads, which is crazy. The second book before 7 Summers by Pagetune was Funny Story, and luckily that one didn't get chosen because, sneak peek, that may or may not be on my July TBR for Magic Hopathon. So I'm glad this was the choice. Book number 3. Okay, I'm not sad about this TBR so far. That's book number 3. Let's go for prompt number 4. I'm scared because it's going too well. Okay, one just flew out, if you didn't see that. It's now on the floor. So that's a sign we have to go for this one. I still need to get Pagetune's book on there, and then if I can get that on there and then the 7-year slip, we have sorted my June TBR out. What is this one? Intimidating read. Unfortunately, I don't think either of those 2 fit that vibe. Intimidating read. Intimidating read. Because May's also not over, there's a few books that are calling my name at the minute that I kind of want to reserve in case I get around to reading them in May. Intimidating read. For me, this prompt is very much like a book that either I've been putting off for ages, a book that I've tried to read before and haven't managed to get into. So with that in mind, I think, I don't know. I could go for this one. This is a YA romance, and if you see, I'm going very much down the romance route at the minute. I have tried to read this before. It is on my 2024 TBR, so I would be returning to it because I tried to read this when I wasn't really in the mood to read. So I don't know whether it's a me thing or the book thing, but I feel like if I put this on my TBR and I give it another go, if I DNF it, then I know that this book just isn't for me, because I definitely am really coming out of YA now. Every kind of YA book I'm reading at the minute just really isn't hitting the spot. So I'm gonna go for this one. I know I actually said I was gonna try and read loads of books from my Kindle, and that hasn't happened. But I don't know what I would pick on my Kindle that would be an intimidating read, because I've mainly stuck with downloading romances on here. Like the X-Hex is like definitely more of like an October read, so I don't really want to read that right now. I could pick These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan, which is a fantasy. It's on Kindle Unlimited, but I do have a physical copy of it as well. And I have tried to read this, so it could be that. What I'm going to do... No, because if I don't pick one now, I'm not going to pick one. I was going to say I'm going to just see how I go and kind of count it as like a mood read, but make sure I complete the prompt. The only other option I could do is another book that I've tried to read and haven't been able to get into is Has Anyone Seen My Sex Life by Kristen Bailey. This has great reviews on Goodreads, and everyone seems to really rave about this author and this kind of like book universe. But I just, every time I try and pick this book up, I'm not really feeling it. But it is on Kindle Unlimited. I have it downloaded on my Kindle. I think I might go for this one just to allow myself a Kindle pick. So I'm going to go for this one as an intimidating read. It's not intimidating in terms of like genre, but it's intimidating in the fact that I've tried to read it before, and every time I look at this book on my physical TBR, I'm like, I should get around to it sooner rather than later, because otherwise it's going to stay there for ages. So now that it's on my Kindle, I feel like I have more chance of picking it up. So I'm going to go for this one. This one basically follows our main character who is really struggling in her life. She has kids, she has a husband, but Is it normal for your washing machine to get more action than you? And it's basically about her trying to figure out what she wants in life, being a mum, being a wife, and kind of being stuck to that stereotypical role of housewife. It's been 2 years, 6 months and 3 hours since I last shaved my legs, and then the llama imprinted knickers I'm wearing have seen better days. We have 7 minutes before the kids wake up and my husband shuffles closer. Ouch, he says, a piece of Lego sticking into his back. Then a light comes on the landing, a small footstep scream down the stairs, a little voice screams, is someone coming to make breakfast? Today when I go downstairs in my dressing gown, I find something. Something belonging to my husband. Something that definitely wasn't in the wedding vows and is either going to make us or break us. So more of a kind of woman's chick lit, I guess. So this is going on and I'm going to definitely be reading it on my Kindle. Not the most excited about that pick, but hopefully it'll give me the incentive to try and read it because it is on my Kindle. So we're going in for the final book and I still want to get 7 Summers on here and the 7 Year Slip. Both have numbers in the title, so I don't know if that says anything, but like, please be good to me. Gonna go for this one, and if it's a good one and I get to put a book on I want to put on, I might risk it and pull 6 prompts. Yeah, buddy. Person on cover. Unfortunately, Seven Summers doesn't have a person on cover. What does have people on the cover? Where is it? I was like, where is it gone? It's buried under here. We have 2 people on the cover. Yes. Okay. I'm doing well. Okay, this is the other Ashley Possum book I wanted to get on my TBR this month as a reread. I read this for the first time last July, so it'll be less than a year since first reading this book, so I'm going to revisit it, tab it up, write in it, and make it part of my forever collection. But I found it really difficult to pick which one was my favourite Ashley Possum book, The Dead Romantics or The 7 Year Slip. So I think I want to do a vlog kind of competing these two and putting these two head to head to make the final decision on which one is my favourite. Because in my top books of 2023 list, I put The Dead Romantics above The 7 Year Slip, but I really can't pick one. They were both exceptional, both absolutely made me cry, absolutely made me squeal with giddiness, and absolutely love this book and The Dead Romantics. It'll be interesting to see which one comes out on top if I do read them back to back. So this one basically follows our main character Clementine, who inherits her auntie's old apartment, and what she doesn't know is that apartment is magical, and one day when she gets home from work, a strange man is in her apartment, but that man is from 7 years ago, and it's a time-travelling apartment romance, and oh, I love this book. So yay, 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 yay. And because I was so lucky with my TBR, I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit. If you know that saying, you know. And I'm going to pull one more prompt to see if I can get 7 Summers on here. I'm going to just hold it with me to kind of like really manifest. I need a prompt, like favourite author, I don't know, just something like that. I have one in mind, I want this one, but I don't want this one. I've just read what it is and I'm completely going to cheat. It says middle grade. I'm completely going to cheat. This one says middle grade, just so you know. I read it through the paper. Don't know if you can see this. Oh my god, Rachel. Middle grade. I'm not swearing at you, I promise. Middle grade. I'm cheating. I'm telling you I'm cheating, so it means I'm not cheating. I'm going again. I don't want that one. I have no books on my TBR that are middle grade. Okay, one just kind of like flew into my hands. No. 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 It says start a new series. Okay, I'm gonna veto again. One more shot, and if I get a prompt I don't like, then I'm just gonna not pull and use this prompt. But we have one more shot. The best of 3. The best of 3. We're gonna go for this one. Come on. Put in the comments. Good luck, Rachel. Cross your fingers when you're watching this. I can raise. Is a return to a soft DNF. No! Boo. Boo. Okay, I'm not going to add another book to my TBR. It wasn't meant to be, but we tried. I'm still going to hopefully get to 7 Summers anyway, hopefully in the next like week or so. It may even be a book that hits my Instagram, controls my reading for a week, because I haven't finished that video yet, so it could well be something I read in May. So I'm just going to put this to the side. I'm still going to read it, but it's not officially on my June TBR. But to be fair, my June TBR has turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So just as a recap, we pulled my title, I'm going to have Wildfire by Hannah Grace. Then we picked 2024 TBR, and I kind of went a bit off-piste with choosing a book from my spring TBR, which was The Dead Romantics, which I'm really excited about. And then we got highest rated, so I got Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, which I'm not too sad about. And then we got intimidating read, so I put Has Anyone Seen My Sex Life by Kristen Bailey on there. And then finally, the gods, the TBR gods, were very kind to me, and I got Person on Cover, for which I'm using A 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. So, a very cute, colourful TBR stack. And luckily, none of these books have been planned out for my Magical Pop on TBR, so I would call today a massive success. Hopefully I'll get around to reading more than these books, and I'll manage to read 7 Summers on top of that. And even then, I don't think that's too shabby of a June TBR, because they're all romances, so I can't complain too much. I'm really excited actually. Hopefully June TBR goes better than May's TBR. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below to future content from me. I do anything from weekly reading vlogs, monthly TBRs, monthly wrap-ups, journaling content, book content. Disney World vlogs will be coming soon, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss those. Leave a comment down below other books that you really want to read this summer. I would love to know, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.